What's up guys, Celestia here again, bringing you another easy achievement guide, this time for Maquette, I think it's called. It's done by Annapurna, which are the same development studio behind 12 Minutes, A Memoir Blue, which has obviously been on Gamepass before, and Stray, which is a very good game, which is on not on Gamepass, but it's on Xbox now. Hopefully it'll come to Gamepass at some point. But anyway, this is Maquette. I'm assuming that's what it's called. We'll just jump straight into it. There is speedrun achievements in this game, but they're not too difficult. They usually give you maybe like a minute or 30 seconds of leeway. So the game is literally just small puzzles, walking through places, cool music, cool visuals, stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of a game called Superliminal. It's a game about kind of perspective, and your perspective changes size of items and stuff. That kind of happens in this game a little bit. But yeah, this game is very cool, very fun game, but like I said, there's speedrun achievements, and this level here is the very first level. It's very easy. It does this. So don't get that close to the door. Best way I found to use keys is be sort of far away and then walk towards them, and then it'll lock it into it like this. This is all automatic. You don't do this, but the turning thing, pretty sure it isn't automatic because it seemed to go faster depending on what I was doing. And then once that's done, just pick up the key again, do the same to the next door. So as I've already figured it out here, and then this is the last bit of the level. So you just go up here, and if you've followed this guide and skipped both the cutscenes, the start one and the end one, you will get the achievement for speedrunning it. I'll show you the achievement popping at the end as well. There you go. So this was the second run of the level that I did, just to skip the cutscene at the start and the end, and that's it. You got the TLDR Gardens for under 3 minutes. They're not all that difficult. The other levels tend to be like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. There's one for 9 minutes, I believe. But I'll show you and kind of explain how things work as we go along. The great thing about this game is as well, you can use manual saves to save when you think you're doing really well in a section. So if you do the first part of the level really well and you're like, oh, I've used 2 minutes and I've done everything perfectly, you can save it. And then if there's anything harder later on, you can kind of just keep repeating it and load the save if you think you've done really badly. So the way you want to do it in this level is just kind of come around here towards these doors, turn around, go towards the maquette, the diorama in the middle, wait until this disappears, then jump through, get this little cube, pick it up and move it out of the way of the door, and then press B to drop it, well, twice to drop it. And then you run through here, and then you fall down as you come over here, turn around, and there will be a bridge piece in here. Pick up the bridge piece, pull the lever, and then we're going to place this bridge piece in the diorama so it becomes an actual bridge you can walk across. That's kind of how this one works. It's all about putting pieces in so you can pick them up smaller or make them bigger. So you want to do this. LB and RB is how you change the direction of it, and then moving it in and out, left and the right trigger. This allows you to place it, and then just release it with B. It'll fall, and then it'll be in the place of here, and you just walk back the same way you came. And this time there'll be a bridge you can cross. So you want to cross the bridge. Use the elevator. Pretty sure there's a cutscene here you need to skip, so just hold B. Yep, and then you pick up this golden ticket. You want to take this back to the diorama, so click on this and it'll take you back down. And then we're going to leave this outside the diorama so it's smaller when we pick up inside the diorama. You'll see how it works. So big ticket there, you look inside the exact bit it is, and the smaller ticket's there. So you need to remember kind of where the placements are. And then you pop this in the box. So use your B button to put the perspective and put it inside the box. This bit's automatic. There will be a cutscene here, skip it. And then after the cutscene you want to turn back around, go back to the diorama. This area right here, there'll be a tiny little lever that you can see. Right there. That opens a wall inside this area, so you want to go through. Go around the carts, around this area. And then this is the wall that just came down. So you go here, there is a cutscene that triggers as you come up to this. Hold the B button to get rid of it. Pick up the key. Take the key back to the diorama. It only took me about 1 or 2 attempts to do these levels, so I would kind of go in, do something wrong, and then have to reload and stuff. But that's what the save states are for, essentially. So you want to put it in the door. So don't do this. Back up. And then the key will appear in front of you. Like this. So that's how not to do it. And then once you turn this, it opens the door after a little bit of turning. And we want to grab this key again. And then once you grab the key, you want to make a save state. And we're going to use this key to get a separate achievement which isn't linked to the speedrun. So the reason we're saving it is because we have to come back. Otherwise we're going to waste a lot of time doing the speedrun. So what you want to do is you want to pick up this key, place it inside the diorama against this green wall. So like use the shadow to make it look like it's on top of it, like that. And then drop it and it'll make a little ramp. This is how you get out of bounds. And this is how you get the out of bounds achievement, essentially. Just like this. And again, this is another game where the achievements pop really fast, so I'm good with that. Because a lot of games recently have been like the achievements just don't pop at all or pop really slowly. But yeah, what we want to do is we want to reload back to that save, and then we can go through the rest of the level. Okay, so once we've loaded our save back up and we've started the game again, obviously we should have the key in the hand if we saved it while the key was in our hand. We want to go and place this in the diorama to make a bridge across the section that we just unlocked. So then go back to the door that we just unlocked. Go across the big key. This is such a cool mechanic. I love things like this in video games. It's like superliminal. There's always cool perspective things in it. So cutscene here, skip it. Turn around, go across the key again. And then we're going to run up to the diorama. I don't know what the hell happened there. It like glitched out or something. Pick up the key. Place it outside of the diorama. Go inside the diorama. Pick up the key. And then we're going to use this on the house inside the diorama, the little red house. Well, the red door in purple house. That'll unlock that. It seemed like I picked it up fully there, but I'm not sure if I did. So we drop it back inside the diorama. And then we go pick up the big key again. And then what we want to do is we want to make a little bridge across this area. So I'm making a lot of mistakes here, but I still have enough time to get the speedrun achievement. So you want to angle this so it makes a bridge again. And then just run across, and this is the end of the level. Just hold B when you get inside the house just in case, because I've had a lot of like blank areas where it's actually a cutscene. So just hold B just to make sure it skips past it. And that is the Maquette in under 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And then you should get the Maquette achievement. Yep, there you go. So that is both achievements from that level, and then we're moving on to gateways. This is a very fun level. I really enjoyed this level. So the way this one works is all kind of perspective to do with the crystals that unlock the doors. So as you start, you turn around and you go inside this building right here. This will be the red gem, which you use to unlock the red areas. So you want to run ahead and get near this crystal, press B to get it open, and then it puts it close to it so it touches it and opens the door. And then what you want to do is you want to jump over here, past the diorama, and this allows you to go inside the red house because the red gem opens these red doors. So just drop it in front of you, run through, run up here, run up the stairs, and you'll press a lever which will allow a blue gem to fall down. Takes a little while for it to open, which is kind of annoying. But if we're doing everything correctly, these should all be fine. So just jump up and grab it, place it outside the place that you ran up the stairs, and then go back, grab the red crystal and take this outside. Drop the red crystal outside the diorama here, and then we're going to pick up the tiny little red marble, and we're going to put it inside the blue house, inside the diorama on this ledge. Shouldn't need much positioning, I just pressed B and it picked it up. And then we're going to pick up the blue gem in the red house diorama, and then we're going to go through the actual big blue house, go over to the second door and stand here for a second while the red gem goes through. We don't need the blue one anymore, pick up the red one and go through here. Cutscene will start here, skip it, and then we're going to activate this, open the door, go through and drop both of these gems outside. So the red gem and this new green turquoisey gem. And then I made a save here just in case, because that was fairly fast. Right, so with that done, I reloaded just because I made a couple mistakes. So we leave them out there, and they're both small now. So we pick up the red gem again, and go and put it in this tiny little greenhouse diorama on top of the balcony. And then we grab the green gem that we made tiny, and take that over to the same house, and it will cause the red one to fall through, like that. And then we go over to the actual big greenhouse, which is over here. Go through the door, put the green gem through this hole and drop it, and then pick up the red gem and go through it. This is a cutscene, by the way. I didn't realize this for a good few seconds. So as soon as you go through this area, hold B and it'll skip it. There you go. And then we drop the red gem down the stairs, but I'm making a quick little save. I saved quite a lot in this level because this one freaked me out a little bit with all the different sized gems and all the different places. So we drop this here, and then we pick up the key and we put this through the window on the edge here. So press B and put this out the window, drop it, and then use the lever on the wall and pick up the red gem to go through. And then we are going to leave this right here, and we're going to pick up the green gem that we put through the window. It's tiny, so be sure to grab it. Take this through, opens it up, and then we see the key here, so we're going to grab the key right here, and we're going to use this inside the diorama for the door, the building that we were in front of at the very start of the game. So this will unlock this door. And then what we're going to do is, I tried to make another little save, but you can't when things are happening. So I just make another quick little save. Like I said, I've made a lot of saves in this area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab the red gem, which is here, small. And then we're going to pop this through the hole in the window. So right here, pop that through. And then shut that down. And then what we're going to do is grab the green gem again. Very small little green gem, and then we're going to go to the area that we just unlocked. Right through this door, grab the red gem again, and then this will be a cutscene, skip it, and then open the door. And then straight forward again, that should be another cutscene, but I don't think I could skip that one. Try it anyway with B. I think it let me skip it in the end there. So then go towards the diorama, these walls will appear, you want to turn around, jump over here. This is quite a tricky jump because your momentum saves quite well in this game, so you go really fast if you're moving fast, and then you go even faster when you're outside bounds like this. So when you go out, you're going to touch the crystal, that's going to cause it to disappear, and then what we're going to do is run right back up the stairs, and this is where there's going to be another miscellaneous achievement, but we're going to drop the red gem and save it because we don't actually need to do this right now. Obviously, we're not going to take time to go do a miscellaneous achievement when we're trying to do a speedrun, so make sure you save it. If you haven't made any save points till this point, make one here. And then we're going to run for the greenhouse right here. There's going to be a little hole near the fence. This kind of reminds me of Grounded a bit. I don't know if any of you guys have played Grounded, but the sense of scale is like very cool when you're small. And then we go through into the doghouse. And there's all these pictures of the developers, like cats and dogs, I guess, which is pretty cool because it's called Crew Creatures. It also triggers some pretty cool music, and then what we're going to do is just got to reload the checkpoint, which we did. And there we go, with that reloaded, we're back to where we were. Drop the gem because we don't need it, and then run up these little elevators, activate the switch, and then look to the right, and there'll be another one that activates. So you jump on here, press the switch, Sorry if I'm going a little bit fast for these, but you need to be fast, so just kind of follow along the video, try and listen to me, and just kind of try and watch at the same time. So we're going to run up here, grab this cog, and then we're going to put it in the diorama right here, and that ends the level. And this should be a skippable cutscene, I think, so skip this. And that should be it. Triumphant Days, 50G. But yeah, these levels aren't too difficult. I thought they were going to be quite hard with how little time you have to do certain ones, but when you're doing it like this, or when you're just kind of running through as fast as possible and you know what you're doing, it's very easy. It's just initially when you see it and you're like, how am I to do this with all these gems and stuff I need to use? But anyway, next level is called the Wedge. It's fairly simple. I will show you exactly how it works here. So we're going to turn around and we're going to go through the pink house. This is another small to big scenario. So through the back of this house, press the lever and we're going to see ourselves basically in the same area, but everything's going to be giant. Or technically we're going to be small. I don't think it really matters, does it? If you're small or if they're big, it's going to look the same, sort of. And then we're going to run up the rake and jump onto the fence. And after you've done that, you're going to jump onto the stairs and use the plant pots and the rocks to jump further up. So up the rake, onto the fence. And then we're going to jump down here and go up each plant pot, up each rock, and get up the stairs. The momentum in this game is very good though. When you're running and you jump, your momentum sort of carries. So later on I just sort of jump down the stairs just to make it easier. And you kind of float, which is cool. So jump up here and go inside the house, and there'll be a cutscene and then an item for you to pick up. So skip the cutscene. Yeah, see what I mean about the cutscenes? They're weird. Pick up the staircase, and then we're going to go back to the diorama. So if you jump all the way down, you jump about 4 steps, which is pretty good. But jumping on a flat surface doesn't seem to make you faster, so I wouldn't recommend it all the time. So all the way back. Just following the exact route we took on the way down, just the opposite. Then pressing the lever when we get inside here, taking us back up. I'm pretty sure I messed this next part up, so you'll see a little jump cut somewhere. But basically placing this ladder in the exact place it needs to be. I got a bit confused where it needed to go. So what you want to do is you want to place it here against this gap in the fence, but I did it too far away. So you'll see me jump cut here. Yeah, so this is the better way to place it. You want to kind of position it closer to it and then press it down with B, and then you're going to see it appear here. And you're going to be able to run over and jump over the fence. And then we're going to go inside this first house, press the lever, that lowers the gate. Unskippable cutscene, I believe here. I couldn't skip it, so I don't know if you guys will be able to, but like I said, there is a few unskippable ones, but they just don't take a lot of time, so it's not too bad. And then we're going to go out, and I get a bit confused here, I think, but we're going to go back to the diorama. And we're going to pick up the ladders we just picked up, and we're going to place them inside this area. So just up against the house like that. You can use a different perspective if you want, just in case. So then what we're going to do is we're going to run to this house here at the very back and activate this lever, which lowers the wall so we can actually get through here. And then like before, we're going to be in a bigger area, well, or we're going to be smaller. And we're going to be able to use that staircase we just put in there. So I get a little bit confused, like I said, but just go behind the building we were just in. Yeah, just around there. I don't know why I got so confused there, but I still get the achievement, so it's clearly not that much of a waste of time. You can jump over these walls just to save a few seconds, but it's not really needed. And then you can see the bit where we place the staircases inside this gated area. We can fit through here since we're small enough now. And we're just going to run up the ramp. And this next area is a little platforming section, kind of. So if you're not sure about platforming, I'd maybe make a backup save. But I saved just after this area, because I'm pretty good at platforming. So just jump up these pipes, skip the cutscene, because there's a cutscene there. And then we're going to jump up these pipes here, and we're going to jump on the back of the chair. I tried to jump up there, but you can't jump up there. Just jump there and press the lever. Another skippable cutscene. So then I jump down here and save it. as we're fairly far through this one and I don't want to have to redo all that. I figured out where to save it because I've already made a few saves in this one. There we go. And then we go all the way down again, just back the way we came. I don't usually talk over all these, but I thought I'd do a little bit different for this one since it's about maybe 40 minutes to an hour long. And it's quite good having some commentary instead of just looking at a video, trying to match it with your own thumb movements. So you can kind of anticipate what you have to do with me saying what you have to do. So just all the way back, like we were doing before. And then back to where the diorama is. We're going to pick up the ladders. You might see a jump cut here because I'm pretty sure I got a bit. We're going to pick up the ladder from inside that little gated area that we used just a minute ago. And we're going to place it inside the diorama so we can pick up bigger outside. Like this. And then we're going to place this at the side of the gated area right here. So you had the area that you just picked them up from. It's the one over. You place these up against the wall so we can actually get over it because there's still a big gate in front of it. So you see the massive staircase here. Go over to it and this is where the lever is. So if you don't see the stairs there, then you've done it wrong. And then we're going to run up the stairs. And this lets us go into the actual area that we're trying to get into. And we'll be in the gated community that we were trying to open to begin with. The first time I did this, this actually opened without me pressing this lever. So run inside the small house and press the lever. But if this happens without you pressing the lever, don't run into the small house. I don't know how that happened with me the first time. But obviously you can't skip this cutscene. And then if that does happen, just run into the diorama, grab the stairs and place them right where I'm about to place them. So you want to place them slanted against this house. Exactly this way. So you can get up inside the house itself. So then we're going to run into this house at the back of this gated area. It's no longer gated. Open this and it'll do the same thing as in the previous area. Open up the wall, which allows you to get into the bigger / smaller area. So then you can see the staircase that we put down there, which is how we're going to get into this house. And thankfully we're almost done with this level. You can make more save states if you want to, but you only get 3 slots, so I was just trying to space mine out a bit. So the way you want to do it is climb up the stairs and you'll see a little gap in the left hand side. You want to jump through that, jump onto the ledge and run to where the start of the stairs is, and jump up the ledge on the stairs and go all the way into the house. Right here. And there you go. So what we want to do is we want to go round the corner and through the hole in the wall. Skip the cutscene. And then go to the mousetrap on the right hand side inside. Grab the key. And then make your way all the way back to where we were before. The whole change of perspective thing in this game is amazing though. I love when games do this. It really kind of messes with your mind when you're playing the game. But I just made another save there just in case, because I know how the keys and stuff can be in this game. So just in case I have to do all this all over again, I'd rather not. And getting stuck on the stairs is not a fun thing either. Keep going all the way back inside, same place we were to begin with the key in hand. And we're going to take the key to the church on the right hand side. So you'll see it here. I think I make another save after I open this door just in case, because I know how tricky like some of the mechanics can be, so every time I was worried that I wasn't going to make the time, I would just save just in case. But there is a cutscene as soon as you step inside here, so you can skip that. So save if you want to save, but you don't really need to at this point. You're only like 2 seconds away from the end of the level. So go inside the church and skip the cutscene. And then turn back around. Pick up the steps that we placed next to the house. And we're going to place them inside the diorama leading up to the bell on the church. And that's how you finish the level. So we're going to place it right up against the church, up against the doorway, and then run into the diorama and run up and touch it. And there you go. That's that level done. That is probably one of the more trickier levels, I'd say. Obviously the crystal one was quite tricky as well, but that one just like so many different areas that you can get lost. I was getting turned around with how similar each one of them looked. But the escape is actually one of the easier levels, so probably wouldn't need to do much chatting over this, but I'll just chat just to make sure you guys do it correctly and that you can follow along. Right, so not long left to go. Just this level and one more, I believe, or one more after that, but they're all quite short. So this one is mostly just running through the level. There's a couple areas where there's sort of puzzle elements, but most of it is just kind of walk through the level. So you can kind of do some skips, like jumping over the wall and getting closer to the buildings and corners while you're going around if you really want to save some time. But we end this level with probably maybe like 30 seconds before the time that we need. So just kind of follow through this, watch how I move, and just wander through these nice beautiful streets as buildings appear in front of us. I have no idea what's going on in this game, by the way. Usually I pay attention to the story or read some of the stuff, but it's appearing as I'm trying to run through things, and as I'm trying to do the speedruns, just doesn't work. It's a shame, because I really liked Venba. That was a really good game, and that story was kind of... you can infer what the story was about while you were playing it. But this one, it's like, I think it's maybe about a marriage or something breaking down, or a relationship or something. I have no idea. I'm just sort of guessing. But yeah, just keep following through this. At this point, I just start cutting corners just so I can get round quicker, in case I need extra seconds, but you don't really need extra seconds. Just keep continuing up here. There is one point where I'll say make a save state just in case, as you might maybe go a different route or turn yourself around in some way, because there's sort of a maze area. It was getting dark. Looks like Halloween Town from Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Halloween. But yeah, literally just keep going. A very easy level. It's called the escape, but we're not really escaping anything unless we're escaping our life or something. I don't know. But yeah, press lever, go down, and as you progress through this area, there'll be a little crystal on the left as you go by. You need to pick this up, make a save here, because this is where you might go wrong. Also, you can't drop this near the end of the game. I just had to carry it all the way through because when I tried to drop it, it wouldn't let me. So pick it up and don't try and drop it. Just keep it in your hand the entire time. So pick up the crystal, and then the way it works is you can see these lines through the crystal. So walk straight ahead past that invisible wall. You could probably do this yourself without my help, but I'm going to direct you anyway. So we're following the bits on the ground. We're just kind of going around. There's not really anything different here. Just keep following it around, and then when we get to this ledge, we're going to drop off the right hand side of it. So where this writing is, got to go a little bit to the right and drop off here. You'll see the lines again. Keep following them around. All the way around. And then you'll see the writing on the wall up here, and we want to turn right. And there's an invisible wall. Again, well, it's not invisible. A see-through wall that you can go through with the gem. And turn right as you exit and run down here to where the writing is. And this time we're going to take a left. And then there's another slope which we're going to jump off of again. Right here. And then go left where the tree is. And follow it to the right. And you'll see them lead towards a wall again, which you can go through. And then this is basically the end of the level. This is where I tried to drop the gem just to see if I can make myself a bit faster, but it just kind of gets stuck in my hand and I couldn't drop it for some reason. So I would not recommend try to drop this thing. Just keep it in your hand and go, because look, I can't drop it, so just keep going. And even with that faffing around, I've still got the speedrun achievement, so it's not too difficult, this level. So as soon as you get through this, it'll start turning dark, and I just held B anyway, just in case it was a cutscene, but I don't think it is. So there you go, the escape, and you should have the other achievement pop up in a second. There we go. I don't know why these ones are so rare. Either people aren't playing this game or they're not very good at like speedrunning things. But yeah, that's that achievement done, and we're on to the spiral. I think we have the spiral and then we have one more possibly. Yeah, the spiral was quite easy as well. So what we want to do is we want to go follow the path kind of normally, just all the way down. So I don't even know what any of this text reads. I really should be reading some of it. One of these crystal stones you brought to the beach. It seems like it is about a relationship or something. Like from the bits that I'm reading. You can pick up this crystal. I thought you could, but it breaks. So ignore that. And then we're going to jump off the edge here. And we're going to get another achievement. This only takes away about 4 or 5 seconds, so you're fine. Just turn around and run back up the mountain. I think it's about maybe someone changing their identity or something, or they're not feeling how they used to. The one that wasn't embarrassed, the one that shares sketchbooks. I have no clue. So yeah, just keep continuing up the mountain, and we're gonna get to a couple puzzle elements soon, but I actually save near it, so if I do mess them up, I can just redo them again. That's the great thing about being able to save mid-level in these games. So yeah, just continue up here. There'll be a lever on the left hand side as you go up, and we're going to pull that, and then we're going to go across the bridge that appears in front of us. So right here, a bridge will appear. You want to walk across up to this next little area, and I believe this is the one that spawns 2 bridges. So you press this lever, and then we want to go into this one on the right, because the other one doesn't spawn properly. So we're going to go along here, and this is where the first little puzzly bit will be. So make sure you make a save if you're unsure. I did, because I messed this area up. So you might see a little jump cut again. So we're going to pick up this tiny little bit of bridge here and place it near this gap, and as soon as you do, it'll kind of auto-rotate and fit itself in. And then you're going to run up the stones behind this and press the lever on this one. Tiny little lever. And once that's done, it spawns the other part of the bridge, as you can see. That's the part that didn't spawn beforehand. So we're going to go back across the bridge we came across, and we're going to go up the other bridge that spawned on the right. So a little bit of walking here, just kind of some cardio for the day. Don't need to press the lever. I don't know why my game kind of pointed my vision towards that. It doesn't need to be done. And then just keep continuing up, and we're going to be inside this big cool kind of destroyed maquette thing. This game is so beautiful. Like, I love when games do like really bright colorful stuff and then change it to like dark and foreboding. So all the way through here, and we're almost at the end of the level. So just continue through here. I made another save here just in case, because there's a couple other little puzzle bits, I believe. Yep, so this little puzzle area isn't too bad, but there is a couple things you can mess up. So once you save it, go into the room on the right, pick up these pillars, and we're going to place them sort of diagonally across these light beams. So kind of try and place them exactly how I'm placing it. This one down the bottom, you want to make sure it's not fully across. Like, make sure the little nib is touching the corner. And then this one goes across the 2, kind of diagonally like this. And this allows you to basically make a bridge to jump up that wall that you saw in the first room. So right here, this one I think stopped me a little bit, but I managed to jump on top of it. So this is why you save it here, because this bit can be quite tricky. So this bit is quite a good little bridge, and I save it again just to make sure, so I don't need to do all that again.
Me too.
And then we're going to go through here, and there's a key puzzle. So it's kind of the same as what we did in the maquette one. We're going to make a bridge with a key. So we're going to pick up this key, place it over here. There'll be another key back in that place. We're going to pick up this key, and we're going to angle it slightly. So make sure the tiniest lip of it is on the wall, because otherwise it won't let you actually walk it up it when you go back through this room. So you go up this key, and we're going to be able to grab the other key that we made small on the other side. So this one here. It's still, well, it's still giant for a key, but it's smaller than it was. But yeah, then we're going to put this in the door on the opposite side of the bit where the giant key was. Open that. And we're almost done. There's just a couple little puzzles to go. So you can make a save if you want, or you can just kind of plow through it and see how you do. I was trying to think what to overwrite here, because obviously you're only allowed 3. I wasn't sure if I wanted to overwrite the earlier one in case I had to go all the way back a certain amount of time. So follow this round, and we're going to get to a bit with sort of Tetris looking pieces.
No, we're not just friends.
All the way down here, and we're going to go left. And we're going to pick up the Tetris piece on the wall. And we're going to rotate this so it makes a bridge in the next room. So rotate it how I do. Pause the video if it's too fast, because I was just panicking at this point, thinking I'm not going to make it. Place it just at the bottom here. And then we're going to pick up the one on the right hand side and do the same with the little grid on the right hand side. So turn it around and then place it in between these ones here. And this should allow you to jump across. So at the last area I actually fall to my death, but it reloads you pretty quick and quite near it. So I'll show you the failed attempt just so you guys can see what not to do. So do not jump across here. You might be able to, but my momentum didn't carry me, so I was just like, alright, well, this isn't working, so let's kill myself. And then we run back to the same area, jump over, and I decided this time it's probably better if you go to the left-hand side and run across that bit. And obviously I left that failed attempt in there and still managed to get to the end of this level pretty quick. So over here, and then jump down here, and there should be a cutscene here, but skip it, and that'll be the end of the level. And that should be your speedrun achievement and also the achievement for just doing the level. And I believe we possibly have one more left to go. So this level can be quite tricky just because you're technically inside the maquette as you're moving it. So it allows you to get to places quicker. So what you want to do at the very start of the game, you're going to pick up the maquette and we're going to move it over to this. As you'll see, the background moves while we're moving this because we were inside this at the same point. So move it here underneath the stairs. And then we're going to go outside and go up the stairs that you saw next to the maquette, inside the maquette. It's very strange to say, but yes, that's how it works. So we're going to go up the stairs and we're going to press the button here, or the lever. Skip the cutscene if there is one. I think there is. And then we're going to jump over the edge into the maquette again. And then we're going to pick up the maquette inside the maquette. We're going to move it over to this tower right here. So it's quite easy to understand while you're inside of it because you can see where the towers are. And this is how you get to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to touch this little L. There should be a cutscene. You can skip that one. And this is where I made a save because this is actually a missable achievement and you have to get to this entrance in your first try. So it's kind of like a speedrun achievement in the middle of your speedrun achievement. So as soon as you press this lever, you're going to run straight for the maquette. We're going to go inside of it and we're going to push it towards one of the towers. And then you're going to run outside. It's basically this tower in front of us, to the right. So we're going to push it towards that, and we're going to run inside of it as fast as possible to grab the item. So right here, and then run outside to the right, run up these stairs. And before it stops clicking, if you've done it first try, you'll get this achievement. And obviously this is how we continue the story anyway, but if you get it on your first try, you obviously get this achievement, which is what you want. So then this triggers this cutscene, which is not skippable at all. And then we're going to go back inside the maquette and we can see this tower. We're going to use this inside of the maquette itself. It's like a maquette inside a maquette inside a maquette. Say that 5 times fast. So stand on this and we're just going to rotate these devices. So you can see the 4 different types that they are. The first one's going to be a butterfly. Second one is the orange kind of square X thing, and then a person. And then we're going to change it to a gem, and then the top one is going to be the red X. And that triggers something to disappear, and we're going to use the other one on the opposite side. So exact same thing again. We're going to turn the bottom one into a person, one above it into a red X, the one above that into the flower thing, and then the one above that into the green gem, and then the one above that into the butterfly. And that will unlock this other door. Not far from the end now. So we're going to pick up the maquette again, and we're going to move it over to the tower that we just opened so we can get through it quicker. This is so trippy when you're doing this. So then we're going to go inside and we're going to touch this other thing, which is the bell. I don't know why it keeps glitching out there. Every time I click it, it like turns my vision randomly. So this is the trickiest part. So I would recommend making a save. I don't think I did here. If I didn't, I'm very brave. Oh, it looks like I do. Right, so basically we're going to save here and we're going to tilt the maquette on top of this rock. So go inside the maquette, pick up the maquette, and put the maquette on top of this rock. You're going to have to do it so it slants. So I almost make it tip over, but then I grab it again and place it down so it slants. So pick it up, put it a little bit closer to you, and then just lay it down, and hopefully it does this. And then we're going to go outside and we're going to go into the tower we just unlocked. You might feel like you're getting a little bit stuck if you do just kind of jump. And then we're going to go up and grab the book. And then we're going to go outside again. Go into the maquette again. And I believe this is the end of the level. We're going to pick up the maquette. And we're going to place it above here next to the tree. Sometimes it might look like it's going to fall off, but as long as you're close enough and you drop it, it should be okay. And then we're going to run around here and go next to the tree. And that's it. That's it over. Game done. So skip the cutscene. And Maquette. I see why it's called Maquette, because you use this Maquette quite a lot. And I never knew Maquette was a word until now. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. It was very fun to make. I'm sorry it was a little bit late. Like, this has been on Game Pass for like a month and a bit. Next time an easier sort of game comes to Game Pass, I'll try and get it done a little bit quicker, so you guys have other guides to kind of go through. There's probably already a million guides for this out already, but hopefully this guide has been helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to my monotone voice for the whole time, and I will see you guys in the next achievement video. I've been doing a couple giveaways soon with other easy achievement games, so if you like them, hit the follow button. Go to my Twitch, Discord, etc. and you can chat to us live or in person. And I will see you guys in the next achievement video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.